Public education was always intended to be universal in its scope. And public education was never meant to be profit-driven or market-based. No, I don't think you heard me. You see, public education was never supposed to be profit-driven or market-based. And I unapologetically believe in my heart of hearts that all children, homeless children, immigrant children, black children, Latino children, Asian children, children from the PJs, that's public housing for you who do not know. All children really have the potential to reach the highest of heights because I was once them. And I stand before you as your public advocate of the city of New York. And privatization is not the answer. In fact, privatization is not really reform. Privatization, my family, is a retreat from our fundamental responsibilities and duties to public education. And I don't know about you, but I refuse to retreat. And so the campaign for fiscal equity was basically designed to solve a problem of the inequality. And we are seeing New York continues to have some of the greatest inequality in educational opportunities in the whole country. And CFE was designed to solve this problem, but the state has failed to deliver on CFE and its promise of equity and opportunity for every student. And we want to thank Councilmember Robert Jackson for walking all the way to Albany. We want to thank my mentor and my friend and my shero, the education chair, Kathy Nolan, for delivering $1.1 billion in school aid. And because of her work, we've got universal PreK. And I was proud to be a part of this effort these years, as we all need to be part of this effort next year, because we need to do more. In fact, schools across New York State are owed $5.9 billion. And yes, and we need a $2 billion increase, school aid increase this year.
Go get him, Michael Rebell.
And that funding is needed to what? To reduce classroom size, to expand community schools, to ensure that every student has a high-quality curriculum, regardless of income or race, and even your zip code. And so I also, as most of you know, was part of the fight for universal school lunch that we won in the city of New York. We have removed the stigma and poverty in New York City, and now every child in middle school can eat their lunch. We recently, the Office of Public Advocate wrote a letter to the Chancellor on suspension reform, requesting a moratorium on suspensions for level 3 infractions and an end to suspensions for B21, which is basically defying authority, which is a term which is so subjective and so amorphous and very hard to define and really does not have any objective meaning. And so we've asked to end those suspensions. But by far the biggest fight that we have is against these major hedge fund managers who are pushing an agenda of privatization of public schools and increased standardized testing, including standalone field testing, which must go. And so we need to reform our school discipline policy so that we can end the crisis of suspensions that disproportionately affect young boys of color. And AQE has provided vital leadership on all of these issues, but we all need to get involved. We need to rally in New York City, we need to rally across the state, and we need to go to Albany with AQE and fight for our public school students. And we must never, ever retreat, never give up. We must stand up and fight back. And I don't know about you, but I'm just reminded of this old Negro spiritual. There will be no turning around. Ain't no one's gonna turn it around. Ain't let nobody turn us around, turn us around. Turn us around, ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. We're gonna keep on marching and keep on walking all the way to Albany. Thank you, God bless you.